Hello again. Yeah, pretty much. One more time. One more time, right in the middle of an relatively infinite sequence of live stream events coming to you direct on the YouTube and the Twitch. Uh, we'll see how the technical. Let me know if there's any audio issues. It's not on my end. I mean, I don't have that many viewers, but I think I'd have enough to know that if it was technical issues on my end, someone would let me know. Plus, I can always watch the VODs. And go, oh, well, if the VODs had it, if you had an issue that everyone had, then so would the VODs, because it's my broadcast side. Hello, Kitty. Cat just made his way into the house again. He's all like excited. He was outside for 2 minutes. He's an easy explorer now. All right, well, let's just get ready. We're gonna each and every one of these streams is an attempt to hit a certain level of mediocrity, and that mediocrity involves me flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some Diet Coke consumption. Don't try to stop me. Dang old. It's just Diet Coke. Yet, we live in a world where Diet Coke exists. If you think about it, if we lived in a different world, Diet Coke might not exist. Might not even exist. What kind of world would that be? Also, we might live in a world where the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller does not exist. What kind of world would that be? How come I can't turn off auto white balance? It's a mystery. And also, nobody cares at the company that made the camera. Let me inform you on that one. They don't care. They don't even speak English. And it's not a big deal. I mean, the white balance is good. I don't care about white balance. It's good enough. I'm not like that picky. But yeah, see, every time I fill the screen with blue, it goes, oh no, they can't be blue. I have to compensate by turning everything yellowish. And you see everything's yellow and everything's, it's supposed to be set to manual. I set it to manual. Shouldn't change ever. But no, modern equipment 2026 doesn't work very well. It's pretty well, especially cameras. This camera is kind of working today. This camera works, except I can't turn off the white balance. That camera works, except it's another story. I have 3 cameras. All right, so the flying around Microsoft Flight Simulator. Boy, I'm really digressing today, which is normal. It keeps the stream from getting too good. I got this internal level meter indicating whether the stream is getting too interesting. And I just tone it down. It's all right. Microsoft Flight Simulator, Big Brain Games. That's me playing the Quirtle, the Revealed, the Tightrope Trivia Quiz, the Reunion, the New York Times. Really? Because I am showing a constant signal going out. Interesting. Oof, that's not good, because that's indicative that it's a problem that everybody's seeing, but just on YouTube. Just on YouTube. Let me check my YouTube feed here. I'm going to kind of keep it low level here. Other videos have been fine. So yeah, so it's not other videos. It might have something to do with my encoder settings. Hold on a second. Let me just check my YouTube here. I did check it the other day. And you went to Twitch and it was fine, right? I want YouTube to be better or it's just as good. But the thing what I should really do is listen into my listen to the VOD from yesterday and see if it's in the VOD. Let's see if I go live here. You went to Twitch. Yeah, so I can hear myself talking just recently, but that doesn't mean it didn't cut out earlier. Here I am kind of watching earlier. So I'm listening to myself on my YouTube stream for just a minute ago.
Live in a world where the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller does not exist.
You can hear it.
What kind of world would that be? How come I can't turn off auto white balance?
Let me go on about idle white balance a minute ago. I'm just watching the playback of my video of the YouTube live broadcast. Seems to be okay. I'm just wondering, and you're also using an app on the phone, right? Which is not, and I'm using like a bad connection. Well, you're using an app on the phone, and I'm not getting it here because I just listened to myself for like 10 seconds, and there was no dropouts on the browser. So I'm just wondering, are you still using the YouTube app on the phone? All right, let's start getting, while we're talking about it, because I'm pretty sure it's not a systemic problem. Or it is, it's only with the YouTube app. So because you went to Twitch and it solved the issue, so that means I don't, it's not really anything on my output. It could be either a YouTube bug or an encoding issue. But as I mentioned before, I'm monitoring my YouTube. You can see this here. If I go here, I can monitor my YouTube quality here. This is the YouTube kind of the your live page. You can see my viewers, and if I go to Stream Health, it's not going to say anything about anything dropped. If there was any dropped bits, it would go here. It would say, "Oh, you had dropped frames" or something like that. So as far as YouTube is concerned, there's no issue with this. Well, the other issue, it could be an OBS problem where I'm not configuring the settings, although they're pretty much all automatic for the two different services I'm streaming to live. Because I stream primarily to Twitch, and then a secondary service is the YouTube feed. All right. We flew around the A10C yesterday. We got to get up in the air. How about a Douglas DC-3? It's just what it is. A plane we don't fly very. I don't take off on. I don't cold start it very often. Haven't done it in a while. It'll be fun in that case, I have a feeling. Let's see if we can get different paint jobs. We've got Metal Classic, Old Dusty. Old Dusty. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one. Emerald Harbor, though. That sounds good. Red Yellow Cargo. Oh, there's a bunch of these. And Pure Metal Classic. I kind of like the sound of that. All right, let's go back here. We're going to cold start the DC-3 today. Well, anyway, I'm not showing anything. Let's see here. Hold on a second here.
Here I am kind of watching earlier. Red, yellow. All right, let's go back here. Classic. Interesting. I've heard a plane we don't fly very. I don't.
See, I'm listening to my playback on YouTube because you can go watch your own live stream at any point, and I'm listening to it. I don't hear any dropouts on my playback, which should be what everyone else is hearing too. I think we're gonna have to chalk this up to something that's on the client side. All right, we've meaning either your phone or your app or whatever, and the trick would be go to a PC and tune into Twitch. I don't know if some people never do that. So that's not so easy. They're always either on an iPad or iPhone. All right, how about Europe somewhere? It's a DC-3. How about, let's see, what might be fun? Athens, Istanbul. Okay, Istanbul. Haven't flown around there in a while. We can check out the Blue Mosque. Where are we going to take off from? That's Istanbul Airport. What's this over here? That's not enough. We need a little more. You're on the TB. You're on a TV app. So you're on a TV app. Okay. Don't know what to say. And the other YouTubes are fine. Yeah. Well, again, I would try at least one other platform that's not that, and see if at least you could narrow it down to a platform and not my specific broadcast. Because again, I watch it. I mean, trying to monitor my own broadcast on occasion, not constantly. And all I can tell is that, yeah, it seems like every time I turn it on, I hear audio just fine. All right, I decided Istanbul, but where there's this, isn't there like a military base? Let's take off over here. Just a random location to check it out. And we will be cold starting. This is a plenty big airport to have a nice parking place for us to cold start. But it is nighttime there, and as you guys like to know, I prefer a daytime flight. And it looks like it's quite cloudy, but I might end up messing with that as well. If I remember, the DC-3 startup sequence is kind of interesting. Not the hardest in the world, not the easiest in the world, but I don't remember. So there you go. So we'll have to find out. But at least you get some nice smoke at the back. Actually, that might be the other one. There's two versions of the DC-3. There's the military version and this one, which is the civilian version. They made a lot of them. Take a look at this beautiful bee-steep poo. It was definitely the standard for air transport in the late 40s and 50s through the early 60s when they started to be taken over by the jets. Beautiful, lots of different details. The engine looks great. This is called the bare metal, so it's really got that great polished look. Would I rather pee out a grape, whether a grape or pee out a pineapple? Well, obviously a grape. And I feel like I should do a TED talk on that subject. All right, you can open up these doors from the inside, I think. And I love these hinge details. They open up on the outside, but the hinges have to be aerodynamic. I'd rather pee out a grape. I'm not peeing out anything, okay? Let's get in the car. All right, everyone in the car. It's not a car, all right, but close up. All right, so there are some cheats here. All right, ground power, where you can do cold, quick start. We're not going to do that. Cold, dark start, and quick start. No. Battery on. Oh, I remember now it's a little tricky because the primers. Oof. We'll figure it out. All right, so we got all these things here, right? Let's see if I can select these. No. Is it not plugged in? Okay, there we go. So throttle, propeller, and mixture. Very good. Kind of throttle there. All right. The first thing we got to do is turn on our tanks because they're set to off. So, hello. You want to turn those to... Oh, come on. You can do it. There you go. Nope. There you go. Left main tank. Oh, it's having troubles. Ooh. Let's see if I can figure this one out. That may be just because that position is bad. Let's see. Got to turn it to left main tank. There it goes. It's on left main tank. And you got to find the other one. And you also have to turn it to right main tank. In other words, each one has to be... There we go. Right main tank. Very good. All right. That was an effort. Now, let's see. What about here? Secure passenger doors. Don't care. Fuel gauge. Magnetos are... where are they? Nothing down here I have to worry about. Okay, we got that. We want inverter on. Booster pumps on. Let's see. I think we're getting ready to want to... Okay, I got to go to the checklist again because this is tricky. I remember now, this is the tricky step that I never get right. Hold on a second here. The order for, before starting engine, find flight controls, blah, 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 cowl flaps open. Oh, yeah, cowl flaps open. Oh, wait, here's the, first of all, also, here's the magnetos. And we turn the magnetos to both. There we go. Just turn those to both. And this should be master ignition. It's on. But the cowl flaps are way down here. And these two little thingies over here. And it wants them to be open. Oh, can we turn these? There we go. Open. Okay, perfect. Fuel gauges, check all. Peter, we don't need lights. Throttle, mixture, full rich. Propeller controls, full forward. Starting engine. Okay, fuel booster pumps on, master ignition on, magnetos on, starter, right engine. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Here. Okay, so starter, right engine. Okay, so right, hold it for 2 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, and then we mesh it. 1,000, 2 1,000. And then we have to turn the right engine primer on. And is that going to cause it to catch? Ooh, it did. Looks like we got a catch on the right engine. I'm just checking to see if that's going to stabilize. At any decent RPM. It looks like it is. All right, engine number 1 started. You can see the cowl flaps are open. All right, engine number 2. All right, same thing here. All right, we turn the mesh off. So we... Oops. Okay, so we're going to energize the left engine. Hello? I have to be able to hold it. Come on. What's it doing? Energize the left engine. It's not letting me hold it. Interesting. I guess, does that have to be there or off? No, that's off. It's not letting me start the left engine. It's not letting me push that button. Interesting. All right, and this primer can go off. Well, actually, the primer stays on. All right, well, I may not be able to start this left engine, so we might have to cheat it, because I'm trying to push this button here, and it's balking. It's just going, nope, don't want to go there. Whereas this one did. It wanted to go down. That's an interesting random ass bug that I hadn't seen before. I'm trying to see if it's sensitive to the position, but it doesn't seem to be. See, it just goes right back. See, I'm pushing it up. You have to hold it up for 2 seconds. And yeah, it doesn't want to go on at all. Wow. That's a random stupid bug. The one engine started and the exact same procedure on the second engine fails. Interesting. I'm not so happy with this. I'm not sure I want to fly it anymore. Because, I mean, obvious stupid bugs. Like, that switch works. Everything's exactly like it should have to start the other engine, except it won't let me turn on the mesh starter anymore. The mesh starter is, like, broken. Actually, it's broken in both directions. It doesn't matter whether I have this on or off. Wow. That's disappointing. I mean, again, I'm using the exact same procedure on both engines. So there's absolutely no reason why one should work and the other shouldn't. They're all completely identical. I set the power. I mean, I set the fuel. Wow. Disappointing. We might have to fly something else since this plane needs to go to the shop, apparently. I mean, we can't fly with one engine. It's really weird because, again, I can control that one engine, right? And get power out of it. And the other engine, the starter system is busted. It doesn't want to engage the starter. Oh, now it seems to. I turn the primer. Is this going to start? Oh, left engine. Is it going to start that engine now? Ah, interesting. I just randomly push buttons, and I think the starter started operating again. Okay, now I'm happy. I'm not happy, but it's whatever it is. All right, paths. Let's see. Landing lights, no. Position lights, yes. So anyway, I guess you have to have the primer on. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be consistent. All right, booster pumps we can turn off though. That's just for takeoff. That's just for starting, right? Okay, yeah. Our RPM is consistent with the booster pumps off. All right, let's fly around a bit. I'm gonna, as long as we can fly, I'm in a good mood. Got to start the engines. This is Istanbul. We're gonna fly west, fly over to Istanbul a little bit. Probably land at the main airport and then do another flight somewhere. It looks like we have a pretty decent deck. Depart straight out is good enough for me. Now, my only issue is we can't really turn here. So I'm going to have to use the slew facility, which is, shoot, Shift A. I forgot what, Shift Z. There we go. So I can turn there and effectively turn the plane as if it was being turned with a, one of those things, a tug. All right, taxi clearance.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 24 right via taxiway Sierra Delta Echo. KNSH.
All right, this is here from the captain's area. It's a DC-3. Definitely old-timey design, not updated with newer instruments or anything like that. They don't fly them today. I mean, they're just not. They're loud. They're expensive. But yeah, ask me tomorrow if I'd rather Peter Grape. It might change my mind. We might have to. Tomorrow might be a. Actually, I won't be streaming tomorrow. It's a Tuesday, but Wednesday might be a pineapple. You never know. Wednesday might be a pineapple kind of day. I'm gonna have to think about it between now and then. It's a very deep question. My question is, when is more Skibbity toilets coming out? But nobody knows the answer to that one. All right, we got a 757 over there. Okay, so I kept live weather on. Now it's nighttime there, so I changed the time of day, just because we'll be able to sightseeing. But we're gonna check out what the sights to see. Maybe I'll stop time and have a nice little a screenshot with this classic DC-3 design. I think it's kind of cool that it doesn't have an airline on it. All right, let's head out this way. Very, very long runway for big planes, which we won't need. But that's what it looks like from in here. You can see lots of stuff going on there. One of the things I like best is the compass is suspended using like these bungee cords, and so it kind of vibrates up and down independently. You can kind of tell there. Vibrates up and down on these bungee cords. It's just for isolation purposes. But those are always fun details when they get that done. I think you can open one of these windows here. You can. Oh, I want to try that, actually. You wouldn't want to take off with the window open. But you open the window. Okay, it just slides open. Kind of cool. You can hear things differently. That would be for, during the runway and approach. All right, we're going to get here. Parking brake on. Tune the tower. Ask for permission from clearance from Clarence. All right, flaps to about the 3rd position there, I would say. And slightly positive trim to about like maybe 2%, I would say. There we go. Looks like we're ready to go. Shut the window, please. Shut the window. How do you shut the window? Oh, probably here. There we go. All right, let's turn this off. Let's take a look at what it looks like to acknowledge the clearance. All right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 right. KNSH 9er.
Okay, parking brake off. Got our throttle controls down there. We're going to navigate onto the runway here. Everybody strap in for takeoff. Full power. Okay, oops. I was doing the runway here. So you can see, that being a tail dragger, the tail comes up. And then the rest of the plane comes up. Oops. Let's try to fly, actually. There you go. The tail comes up, and then, so, effectively your view goes down. All right, we got basically full power here. The warp nacelles. All right. Gonna bring our gear in as soon as possible. That just kind of cranks up. It's not particularly fast. And no doors or anything, just kind of tucks into little holes in the bottom there. All right, we want to head basically west to check out downtown Istanbul, the Blue Mosque and all that stuff. Haven't seen it in a while. Well, we've been here before. All right, yeah, flaps to the clean area, to clean, so that's all getting sucked in there. And I think that's as high up, now it is as high up as the gear goes. So, but you can see they're they're definitely tucked in there, and they don't make a lot of a slowdown for you. All right, here, so we're going to reduce our RPM to about 2,900 or so. Is that a little more efficient, probably? Bring back our mixture so that we're not burning too much fuel and overheating our exhaust manifold. All right, let's fly around here at low level. Istanbul is basically kind of a cross here, but you can see there's some major roads, but then there's kind of I think it's a tunnel, actually, that kind of crosses this bay here, which you'd have to cross every time you want to go to the main... No, this isn't the main airport. It's a different airport. Sorry. Main airport is closer to Istanbul. Let's see. What's our speed? About 112. I don't know why that thing is pegged. Is that an RPM meter? That. Okay. Now it's actually adjusting RPM. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking 3,000 is too high. It should be a lot closer to 2,500. And now that we're getting a good RPM, yeah, that was interesting. Something was stuck here on the propellers, not that throttle, the propellers. Oh, right. Now, the other thing we want to do is, now that we're in the air, you want to put your cowl flaps control to trail. Trail effectively is the automatic position. That's the cowl flaps are those openings on the sides that go around the circular on the side of the engines to provide extra cooling during when you're on the ground and during takeoff phase. But for efficient flying, you want to close them up. You'll fly a lot faster, or noticeably faster. All right, we're gonna head. Oh, look, that's close up. Oh, it does say Kenshin 9er. But I like that shiny metal look. It's beautiful. All those details. All right, that's what. All right, so we're following this major road here, and you're gonna see at some point it becomes a terminus, and it becomes a I think a tunnel, not a bridge, but we'll see. That is our destination, kind of those little points up there, those little pins up ahead. I believe. Let's double check on the old flight planner. Yeah, it's at the is this the well it's not really a river, right? Well, there is a river, but this is effectively a strait. This area here between that separates two parts of Turkey, right? Or I don't know, maybe they're not. Yeah, it separates two parts of Turkey because Turkey kind of effectively. Wait a minute. I don't know. This whole area here is geopolitically and geographically complicated. So I don't want to say anything. I don't really know. I don't really know. Let's see. What does this thing up here say? We're getting too high. I want to make sure I have 0 trim here. There we go. Need a little less throttle. Again, 140 knots is pretty fast. But remember, our idea is we're not really flying like an airliner. We're flying it like a sightseeing plane. And for that reason, we're going to nice little... I'm thinking this thing up here is like an area that might be like an amusement park or recreational area. Although, yeah, it's not 3D. It's just satellite map, so we can't get too low. The Blue Mosque and the other major buildings in Istanbul itself are fully three-dimensional. But that you can definitely tell is a entertainment complex of some kind, like a water park. It's interesting they have that 6-pointed pool there. With various fields, like maybe go-kart racing kind of thing. Different race course, maybe more water park tennis courts. I always like checking out the amenities, you know. And then people are living here right on the waterfront, probably like the wealthier class here. Turkey is definitely a third world country in that stuff it's an inexpensive place to go vacation. Not that it's bad. I've heard that, and I've heard good things about it. You know, the food is amazing. It's very friendly. If you like friendly, I'm not that into friendly. Okay, what's going on here? Don't mess up on me. So basically, the main airport is up kind of north of Istanbul, but we'll just fly over it. We'll head out. We're going to do a landing. Probably do a whole nother flight. Why not? I'm just trying to stay as low as possible. Again, these buildings here are pretty generic. What's our speed? 157. All right, reducing power and RPM down to like 2200. Just add a little more negative trim to keep the nose. I'm like pushing the stick far forward. Keep from gaining altitude at the speed. It's definitely interesting. This plane wants to fly. For sure. And it's kind of view out the window. It's kind of cool. The windows, it's kind of messed up. It's pitted, old. There's definitely some visual effects, visual tearing, I would say. All right, what's we got there? Cowl flaps are good. All that stuff is fine. What's this over here? It's like some point of interest. I'll fly right over and see what it says. I think basically this is just a city, Kadıköy. That's the other side from Istanbul. That's Istanbul. Right. So there's you can see I was going to point out that the road kind of comes here, and a bunch of road comes here. It comes here, and then there's this structure here, where it looks like all the roads kind of go out. Or is it this? It's one of these. So I'm assuming it's a tunnel. I'm not sure where the roads. One of those, or maybe both of them. Might be a train tunnel. And it comes out on the Istanbul side, so it goes under. So you don't really see a lot of bridges. I think there's probably bridges up here, but this is a pretty big body of water. But right on the other side, the beautiful, amazing city of Istanbul, Constantinople. It's been called other things apparently during the years. But kind of the touristy area is right here, where the Blue Mosque and the other mosque. Oh, that's right over there. These two mosques right next to each other are both incredibly enormous. This one here, can't remember. One is called something, I don't remember. But then there's the they're different names. I think this is the Blue Mosque because it's kind of darker. Beautiful models in game, gorgeous. A lot of interesting waterfront activity going on here. We don't do this. We're in Istanbul. We know where we are. That to me looks like it could be again tunnels, like where the highway goes into a tunnel and then goes down to the other side there. That might be where the tunnel's coming. Oh, look at this. This is some really cool highway design work here. Looks like they have a cap that's a parking lot. Okay. It's pretty. I mean, I've been here quite a few times flying over it. But I always see a few different things. Again, let's fly over downtown, or, you know, not downtown, but the heart. Where the things, it's this little segment up here. We're gonna fly in low over this down over in this little urban canyon here. And when we do, we should stop the plane, get out in our magical parachutes, and inspect these lovely, beautiful structures. You know, a little bit more detailed. It can't get too close. But hey, it's free, and they are. I mean, obviously, if you come to Istanbul, you got to see both of them. At least there's probably more moths too. Okay, there we go. Pile out of the plane using your magical parachutes. So while you can get close to any building, but some buildings you can get closer to than others and still see kind of cool details. And you see how massively complex these buildings, which I think were built in the 16th century or something. I mean, I don't know when, a long time ago. So there's that one, which is definitely not blue. But then there's a whole kind of, you know, mall here. There's gardens, water fountains, obviously. You know, everything's 8-sided. Is that the tradition? And then this other mosque over here. It would definitely take a while just to walk from one to the other, because that distance doesn't look that big, but these are huge buildings. But all the detailing on the minarets here. Beautiful. And at the top, the classic crescent moon symbol of Islam. Beautiful. All right, everyone use your magical parachutes to send back into the plane. Where the hell is the plane? There it is. All right, let's head north. We're going to land at the main airport, Istanbul. We'll check out the airport a little bit. Find out. All right, start time. Time start. I think there's more to the city in terms of the financial district area. That's kind of like more the, you know, the traditional area. But I think there's like a more, you know, it's up here and there's like a stadium. Or it says there's a palace up there. We're going to check out the palace. All right, so this is where the mosques are, but the palace is up on the other side. Istanbul being pretty big. Oh, we need more juice here. There we go. Boy, those turns really take it out of some of these planes. You're going nice and fast, then you turn and everything wants to slow down. Well, this is, what does it say here? Tell me what you are. Okay, this is a palace, but there's also another palace. This is, well, I can't pronounce it. This is obviously kind of a newer palace that's probably more of a government building, you'd think, than an actual palace. It's more like Versailles. I mean, it could be 18th century, easily. There's another palace over here on the hill. We should stop by that palace. Oh, it says Justice Palace. So this is definitely a municipal government building. Justice Palace is very European about having a palace of justice in a European country. It's a police station. These houses are built, I would say, haphazardly and extremely closer together. I mean, it's just an indication of a high-density housing, so not so many rich people there. Although, you know, Istanbul. So here's the Palace of Justice. Okay, it's not where anybody lives. I've seen this before in the game. It's a really cool building. I imagine there's actually like jail cells or something there. That's it. Or maybe it's just for general government purposes. But maybe it's just courthouses. I don't know. Cool looking building. Nice. Okay. I enjoyed that to some extent. All right, so if we want to head to the main... Oh, yeah, and there's this kind of river here that has, people used as, obviously used as parkland. City Park. You got a big bridge over right here. Very nice. This is a very hilly-looking city. You can see people are definitely perched on the side of the hill. Like San Francisco and other cities. Not necessarily super flat. America has got a lot of very flat cities, but Europe, a lot of places in Europe, they built on, not on the flattest areas, or they just don't have You know, just whatever history. But yeah, you can see kind of hilly terrain as far as you can see. Yeah, I don't see it. It's not really built on a plain. Check out this building here. This also looks like some kind of amusement park. It's got like, you know, pools and tracks and maybe rides or something like that. Hard to say. It's either a hotel or an amusement park or both. There. Could be. Alright, we wanted to head generally north, so I'm making a very meandering path. Slightly northwest to hit the Istanbul International Airport. Which, of course, you can see in the distance there. They move, you know, you don't want an airport right next to downtown. So it's about 20 miles, I think, north of the actual city, which is good. It'll give us a chance to kind of fly around and see what the more suburban areas of Istanbul look like. Typically, that's where things start to look more kind of typical, you know, like suburbs all look the same. But these old, you know, places like this, which are built very old cities, often have this extreme high density. Suburbs are not so thing. This is another, again, Turkish names I'm not great with. I like these this highway here though. But you can see, yeah, I mean, there's probably newer cities where people live more kind of in apartment blocks and not necessarily these very tightly smashed together single family housing residences. But yeah, it's definitely a thing. I think this is gonna be this, like a school, like maybe a university, something there. What does this say again? Again, I don't read Turkish very well. Sultan Gazi. I think that's kind of probably reasonably close to how it's pronounced. All right, let's look at the map. Okay, we're starting to see things like a quarry or something out here. But yeah, we quickly go. You can see Istanbul is arrayed to the behind of us. But there's still people living far, far away. It's you know, it's one of those. It's the most populated part of Turkey, effectively, I think. And it's a big country. Let's see what do we got here. We got like a power distribution area or something there. Power farm. I don't know if they're generating electricity around here. Lots of road activity there, connecting this and kind of that area. All right, so where exactly is the airport that I'm heading to? Let's just use the flight planner. Yeah, okay, it's dead ahead. It's about, what, 10 miles? And it is a major international airport. It handles both people coming to and from Turkey, but I believe also flights, like connecting flights from, say, South Africa or Africa, that then want to go to Europe. Might stop in Turkey. I don't know. Maybe not. But I'm just kind of following the road system here. And again, it doesn't seem like anywhere around here is a big flat plain, like we saw the Anaconda, when we were looking for the guitar-shaped forest in Argentina. They got those huge the Pampas plains are humongous. And America has huge amounts of flat area to build cities on, but some countries just don't. So you end up with these very hilly-looking cities. I kind of want to fly over here. We got time. This is going to be our only flight today, being that it's a Monday. One flight's good enough. We did eventually figure out how to cold start it. I think there was some bug involved. All right, primers are off, right? Or shouldn't the primers be off at this point? That doesn't hurt the engine, does it? I'm just figuring the things out. Right, so this is all like kind of a, you know, like a planned city to handle large population growth out, but who want to live close. You can still kind of see Istanbul in the distance there. But I would barely call this a suburb of Istanbul. It's its own city. But like many cities in China and various other places, it's kind of built around this concept of high density, like residential. These don't look like offices to me. And there might be offices around, but that's not really the purpose of those buildings. You can just kind of tell. All right, so we come up here. All right, the airport is all the way behind us. It's right there. It's pretty close. Well, let's just do a little landing. We'll do a landing. We'll land from south to north on the right runway there. And then we'll check out. Well, I'm gonna check out the actual airport buildings. It'll take a little while. All right, so we're approaching. We're at about 4 miles. All right, how does everything look here? I want to put our mixture up a little bit, reduce power a little bit. Okay, very good. Very nice. I wonder what this little thing here says. This area here, again, other towns, not too far from Mr. Ball, but not too close. I mean, this is technically, I believe, the airport. But these people who live kind of in the airport area. Maybe they work for the airport. Let's see. Can you see the runway coming up? You can kind of see it there in the distance there, kind of that way. The runway approaching. All right. But once you can see the runway, you better have some flaps down and some, landing gear. It might be good to land on the gear, not on the belly. So why not request the gear to start cranking its ass down? There it comes. There it comes. Cranked its ass down there. Okay, there's the runway. Or it's around here somewhere. Oh, it's actually this way. This is a very spread out airport. Right? Is that about right? We're going to land on this right runway. Okay, there's 3 sets of double runways. So there's interesting. There's 34R, 35R, and 36, but they're all parallel. It's an interesting quirk of how they do these parallel runways, how they number them, so you don't try to land at the wrong one. And then the airport is between, though. Actually, there's a bunch of different airport segments. We'll just land and check it out. All right, a little more flap here. Okay, so we got flaps there, landing flaps. We got gear down. Carefully watching our airspeed so that we do not stall at the last moment, but on that, we're doing good. That's what it looks like from here. It's pointing straight forward. You can put your nose out, put your face up to the nose, and it makes it a lot easier to kind of see how how your approach is going. A little high up, because I also want to see this cool bridge up here, or viaduct, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's stick my nose out front so I can see what's going on. There we go. It actually does make it a lot easier to land this plane by using this very forward. We don't need this up. I can see the runway. All right, so we're going to reduce power here. All right, what is our airspeed? We're at 12. It's kind of fast. $104, $103, $102. We want to land a little over 90. Coming in pretty smooth. A little high, but we'll be fine. We're at 98. Coming in like that. And the thing to remember from this point of view is that you're going to land, you're going to hit the ground a little sooner than you think you might. A little sooner, but not too much sooner. On the runway, please. Thank you. All right, so flaps up. Yeah, that sound is the flaps retracting. We can start braking a little bit here. And good enough. Does have some steering issues on the ground, but partially that's B. All right, that's about the speed you want to be steering it. All right, let's head and check out this airport a little bit. Where is it? Where is the airport? I thought the airport is this. Okay, yeah, no, the airport's this way. Okay, got it. I know where it is. I've never been here. I mean, I may have landed or taken off from here once or twice. But I've been doing this for years and years. I don't have a specific memory. All right, we're just going to pull up. We're going to open up the doors. It's always fun. Hold on, we can speed up a little bit here. Maybe I should try watching myself on the TV app. I'm really concerned that there's some technical issue that I should be looking at fixing, but I have a feeling it's a technical issue that they have to fix. Somebody else has to fix. All right, this is going to take a little while, but this is basically taxi speed. All right, let's go faster. I'll at least head up to the control building. Yeah, we go a little faster. See, as soon as I start going fast, I start veering off in all directions here. In the real world, how you steer these planes is those that not by you might think, oh, you steer that thing in the back. No, you steer it by differentially braking the left and right wheel using toe brakes. So in other words, if you want to go left, you brake the left wheel and let the right wheel go free. If you want to turn right, you brake the right wheel. That's, you know, basically it's intuitive when you see it, but it's not like a car. You're not steering like a car, and you're not steering like a tricycle gear where there's a steerable nose wheel in the front. There's no steerable wheels here. Nothing steers, and that thing in the back just is free swinging. It can't do anything. I mean, you can lock it, which kind of helps you move straight. But in the game, I am using the rudder controls to steer the plane, but that's not realistic. Realistically, you use a separate set of systems, effectively. You use the toe brakes, not the rudder, to steer. And boy, they make it hard to steer this plane. I like it, though. It probably in the real world, it was pretty hard to steer on the ground. But again, it would be a lot easier if you had the actual toe brake. And I do have rudders that have toe brakes, but I don't have plugged in. And then every now and then it wants to just veer off. Okay, I want to park so I can open up the doors. Actually, yeah, there goes veering off to the right for no particularly good reason. I'm not. You can see from the rudder where I'm not doing anything, and then suddenly it makes a hard right turn. I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna stop here. I'm not gonna pull up to a gate. Also, I don't want to go forward. There we go. On my ass. There we go. A lot less power. That'll help. All right, shut off the engines by reducing the mixture to cut off, and they will shut off. You can hear they're spinning down there. And then the last thing I want to do, oh yeah, cowl flaps are automatically open, which is good. I didn't have to mess with them. All right, the last thing I want to do, there's these switches over here. Secure aircraft, open passenger door, open luggage door. Okay, it's on this side here. So the passenger door is the front door, and the luggage door is the one in the back. I can't really see it. Probably act a little further. I can see it. So there's two separate doors, but they're right next to each other. And that's how you get it. All right, so if we get here, you can kind of inspect. We can go in here. I believe we can inspect. First of all, you can check out all the luggage, which has all these great stickers. That's real old-timey luggage here. But you can check out the seating arrangement here, which is 2 and 1. And then with some seats are facing backwards. But it's a nicely done interior. I mean, it looks, the textures are really, really good. Crew only. Oops. I think there's a bathroom or a head, maybe not. In there, it's that one. Oh no, where they? Maybe it's in the back. All right, the head would be in back here. Okay, toilet on it. So, the question is there anything in the toilet? I don't think there is. Okay, the toilet doesn't have a thing. All right, that's fine. It has a coffee maker. It's pretty cool looking. We're gonna take a picture. This is Kench 90909. We're gonna have to get that nice and big. There we go. That's a screenshot as far as I'm concerned. All right, what's going to happen next? If you've ever been here before, or at least last year or so, you're going to probably think it's going to be a little more Diet Coke consumptions followed by the big brain games. And why am I even asking? It is what it is. Just stick around, you'll find out. Oh, that's some Diet Coke. All right, just chatting category. See if I can put myself into the just chatting. I'm just chatting. All right, let's get out of this here. Quit to the main menu. That was fun though. I liked flying around. It was relaxing. Actually, once I got the engine started, which was kind of buggy, I was happy to fly that plane. It's a vibe. It's definitely got that vintage vibe. All right, gonna go here. We're quitting to desktop. I'm gonna bring out the big brain game number 1. There we go. Big brain game number 1 coming up. Hold on a second here. Big brain game number 1, which consists of the Quirtle. It's like the Wordle, which I already played today, did not do well. I got a 6 today on today's Quirtle. It is what it is. Or no, I got a 5. That's still pretty terrible. No, I got a 6. Sorry, it was a 6. Anyway, let's see. But yeah. All right. So what do we got here? This one could be meter, lower right. Now we got a B, maybe BEARD, maybe a beard on the lower left. So I'm clicking over there. All right, oh, we got it. All right, let's say this is just the warm-up game. Up here, we know it ends in ER, and then there's an ON. Maybe it's honor. No, that wouldn't be it. Let's see. Okay, and the O can't be there. It could be owner, OWNER, right? Okay. All we know about this one is there's an AI and an L. Oh, it can't be valid. It could be. It could be. Can't be. This is a tough one. Unless somebody can think of a word. I'll come up with it eventually. I might have to do, I have 3 guesses, so I might have, let's see, we'll just figure out something that at least fits here. We know that the I and the A are separated. Well, I'm going to try valid and let it tell me because it's not valid. That helped. I knew there was a V in it. It's Villa. Okay, look, I would have got it eventually, but that helped. Hey, that's a win. All right, next game is called well, we won't do the weekly challenge today. It's the Revealed. I mean, it's just the order I like to do these things in. All right, so we're looking for arts and culture. It's a 9-letter word. We have this heavily redacted document that we can look through here. I'm going to read it out loud. It helps. So we can figure out what we need to unredact. All right. So in arts and culture, the thing we're looking for, a thing, is any of several blank, creeping or trailing blank of the genus blank, family blank, and their blank, blank, blank. In regions where they are blank, blank are a popular blank blank. Their blank is widely marketed as a blank, and in blank and blank form are traditionally associated with blank and blank blank blank. The stems of something blank, something plants are blank and blank. The leaves are blank blank or blank and less than blank blank long. I have no idea. Creeping or trailing like vines? Wouldn't that be vines? But I'm going to make a random guess of grapevine because it does have the right number of letters. All right, no, that wasn't it, but it was a good guess. I have a feeling. Popular, they're widely marketed as blank and blank, traditionally associated with blank. All right, let's just see. Is any of several creeping or trailing of the genus blank? Let's just see what the genus is. Vaccinium. Vaccinium. What is a vaccinium? Hey, cheating. I allow cheating. I think I've heard of that, haven't I? Yeah, no, I wouldn't have known that necessarily. Huh. Interesting. All right. I just don't have all day. It's a blueberry. Because apparently that's the correct... No? Oh, it could be cranberry. Ah. There's a bunch of different berries this could be. Ugh, I don't have all day with these. I don't have all day. I gotta go back to work at some point too. Although, no, but it's happening. In fact, before I do that, at least I should check my mail, make sure there's no like random mails that I have to be. Nope, just incoming, nothing mails, no questions effectively that need to be answered. Which I could do after the stream, but you know, got plenty of time. Be streaming for a while. All right, the next game, which I always like to point out we can't cheat at, is the tightrope trivia. Okay, Monday, theoretically, the easier one. Yes, yeah, it's just trivia. It could be hard, it could be easy. You don't know. It's a 9-question timed multiple choice trivia quiz. How fast you get the answers is the most important part of your score. So if you want a good score, you got to be really fast and correct. Let's go. Let's dive in. Hello, play. Lenin stayed in bed for a week. I remember that during his honeymoon. To advocate for world peace, I guess. It was kind of a joke. Veronica tried to blank her older sister, taking all the same emulate. Let's go with. Vocabs are not going to be the problem. Technically, Monday is the easiest quiz of the week. But it doesn't, yeah. The liquid at room temperature doesn't clean glass. Mercury. There's only one metal, really, liquid at room temperature. Mountain political. I have Fuji. That's the only mountain there that's in Japan. I did not know that detail, but it's easy to figure out. This is Donatello Versace, right? Versace. The Paragon gigas is one of the largest species of hummingbird. That's the smallest bird. Comic strips says John, but it's your name because John Pettigrew playing Garfield. Jeez. I bet there's a lot of people today who do not have any idea who Garfield is. God, it has a classic novel. Starting it was Godwin. Yeah, she was. That was before she was Mary Shelley. Blah blah blah. She was like real young when she. Frank said. Artists develop which of the following? Camouflage. All right, so we got 9. We got them pretty fast. I'm expecting a decent score. You don't get a big bonus difficulty level, but yeah, that was one of the easier tightrope trivias as expected on the Monday quiz. We do want to get Clever Funambulist, but we need 2,300 points for that, and that's hard to get. Ooh, 1,230 time bonus is real good. As I mentioned, that speed, the quickness. Makes a huge difference. So we got the highest possible ranking today, Clever Funambulist. Woohoo! I mean, I don't get that every day, so it kind of makes me feel good. All right, the next one's called The Reunion. We got a bunch more of these big brain games to do. These are free games. You get them every day on the internet. You know what I mean? They might as well. I mean, let's see. This is kind of interesting here. We have a word that starts with P-O, and this D has to be in the row. So it's either P-O-D something or P-O something something D. This E has to stay in the row. But this L doesn't. It's because, anyway, that's all we know. And since the E has to stay in the row, but it's not going to be E-I-F something, I think it's going to be here. That's easy enough to figure out. This D is different. It could either be here in the middle or at the end. So I don't know right now. I'm not going to make that choice. But that E was kind of had to be there. Let's see what else. And that was just one move. We got to try to get this in 17 moves or less. Oh, yeah. All right. This Y has to be... has to be in this column because of its position. Like this E has to be in the column. So does this A because it's yellow and it can't be... There's no row, so it has to be in the column. But where's this Y? I have a feeling the Y is at the end. I was wrong. So then it has to be... No, it can't. It's not necessarily have to be there. That's all right. Don't have to win them all. Let's see if I can figure out any of these things here. Like, what could this be? Could be, is there an L? Could be rifle. Because I see a R. I don't see any L's that are available. Oh, no, there is an L available. It's right there. So I think this is going to be rifle. So this Y is here. Yeah, it's pyramid because we have an I and a D. All right, at least we're moving forward now. And now we have some starting of words here. So we know it's P-O something, and that D has to be in there. So it's either P-O-D something, and it could just be pod. But or it could be something P-O something something D. And if it is, what could it be? It could be posed. P-O-S-E-D. All right. Or could it be, and it could be power? No, because there's no free R. All right, let's see if it's, the D is there. And if this S goes here, and the E should go there, and it all turns green. Okay, we're not going to hit, we might hit 17, but we're not going to, we're probably going to be 18, which is 1 over par today. 17 is par. You can't go backwards, so you know what I mean? You're always moving forwards here. All right, this F appears in the road. I think, is this going to be saffron? Because we do have an N. It could be S-A-F, right? There's this A has to go somewhere. And S-A-F-F-R, and then there's an O and an N that's available to be moved into those rows and places. So good. All right, we're moving forward. This one here, D-U-N, that C, most likely is going to be dunce, right? So dunce, because this E has to be on that row. And now we're getting close. Oh, yeah, we have 2 moves to do. We'll get it, but we won't hit the 17. We'll be on 18. That's fine. But what? Okay, so this one here just could be do, D-U-E, and this could be O, right? I think that's got to be it. So that's D-U-E. And then over here, this is going to be Mar. Okay, 18 moves. All right, and that's what it looks like at the end. That's what the final position. Everything's green, and the 2 dudes are taking up 2 adjoining. Always, they have to be adjoining. It's kind of a rule. At the end, it has to, you know, these aren't going to be in random places. They're always going to be next to each other, which is something that you have to kind of take into account in the very beginning of the game, really, if you want to do well. I like this game. It's kind of fun. All right, what's the next one? Let's see. We did the revealed. We did the tightrope. We did the reunion. I think it's already time for for connections. All right, we get these 16 words. We got to group them into groups of 4. Keeping in mind that there is misdirection and wordplay involved. Okay. Brutal. I'm going to read them out first. Keep an open mind here. Brutal. Impression. Very. Real. Like. Manner. Pole. Post. 5. Versus. Extreme. End. Opposite, comment, excuse me, lurk, and volt. I feel like lurk, post, like, and comment are all things you do on an online service. Things you can do on social media. Okay, that's good. That kind of is yelling out to me. Let's see what we got here. I think that some of these are going to be add ism to it to get an art form, like brutalism, mannerism, impressionism, and realism. I'm pretty sure realism, impressionism, and I think brutal. Oh yeah, impressionist, brutalist, realist, and extremist. Yeah, I think that's something. Oh, went away. Oh, this could be hard. I think manner needs to be in there. Let's just deselect them all. Okay, we'll stay away from the art that ism one or ist one. Let's see. Versus opposite. Right. Pole position. Would 5 or volt. Boy, this is interesting. I like these hard games. I don't mind it when it's hard. We're already one down. We're close on the impressions. I think impressionism. Okay, but I want to see if we can get something else here. Let's see. I'm gonna shuffle. Let's see. End, opposite, manner, versus, real, pole, impression, brutal, very, extreme, volt, and 5. And there's going to be wordplay here. So I think, let's see. Huh. Versus, opposite, pole, and extreme. Are those things? Ugh. One away. And I don't know. I think we're going to lose it today. No. Barely. Furthest point. All right. Well, we have a chance of potentially succeeding in this game. I like it when it's hard. Look, yesterday we did not get it all. I think two couple days in a row. Okay, real estate, but 5 volt vary. So these have to be wordplay of some kind. Versus, all right, and we still have like impressionism, brutalism, realism, and mannerism. But I think I tried these and it was not. This is one away. But voltism, 5ism, versusism, and varyism just don't. I don't understand it. Yeah, it's one away. Oh no, it was art movement, so we must have messed it up. Interesting. I must have put. Oh yeah, I put extremism in there. Interesting. Okay. Well, we won because we don't really need to know what these are. We know they're connected. What is it though? Vary versus volt and 5. Oh, what the letter V could mean. Okay, because it could be a V could be Roman numeral 5, or it could mean a volt, or it could mean versus as in Kong v Godzilla kind of thing, or it could mean very as in V good, very good. So it's what V could mean. I'll say that right there. What V might mean. Sorry. Okay, all right. We got one more game. Hey, I call that a win in a sense, although it was not a perfect game by any stretch. But it's, in a sense. All right, the last game we're going to play is Octordals. There's 2 of them we're going to do. By we, I mean the mouse in my pocket and me, the 2 of us. It's a lot like the Quirtle or the Wordle. The Quirtle, you're solving these 5 of the you got 8 of these 5-letter word solutions. This is the warm up, and then we're going to do the so-called rescue. Let's see. This one here is interesting because it has to be. It's really a lower left. There's really few words it could be. Oops, toxin. Okay. Oof, and that wasn't one of them. Okay, because I have to just see. Boy, I'm just flying off the handle here. That's all right. This is the warm up game. I got to get good for the next game here. Okay, TRAI. And then it has to be trait because there's no other consonants that will fit after that. Now we have, let's see. Let's see. Does it end in E, C, T? No, it's recut. That's a strange word, but it is what it is. All right, this word here, we have an N and an S to place. So it could be C-E-A, and then there's an N. What would that be? It's not seance. That's more letters. What is that word? It doesn't start with an N. It doesn't. Okay, we know the N is there, so it's okay. All right. It could be EANS, but then it's a plural word? No. Jeans? Jeans is a singular word. It's a pair of pants. It's one thing. All right, because yeah, they don't typically allow plural words, but I believe jeans is considered a singular word. You know, where are take your jeans, like scissors is a singular word, but it's not 5 letters, so it wouldn't be there. All right, we got a word that ends in I, has an I, Y, has an I and an E in it. So, and it's and the R is down in here. I'm going to come back to this one too. There's an A here. ALGAE, maybe? Algae. See, I can get some of these hard words occasionally. All right, we have C, and then there's nothing else, but it's all right. Could be cheek. I mean, it could be because it fits. And then what we got here? Okay, right now we know where the E is. That's helpful. The I has to be before it. Oh, it's fiery. That's a kind of a weird word. Fiery. That's a word though. All right, now we get down to the last two. R-I-G something. And then there's an O, maybe rigor. Fine. And then we have the last word. Oh, one more game after this though. We'll do the harder one, the hardest one. All right, so there's an N and a C. But all right, so it's onic. It's conic. No, it's ionic. It's it just is what it is. All right, that was there's hard words. The rescue is the hardest one because I don't get to use my powerful 3 starting words, noisy, crumb, and plate. But look at this. We already got front spelled out for us. We don't have all the vowels. We don't have Y. We don't have I. This one here though is interesting. We don't have E. But it's got to be fudge. So that'll give us the E. F-U-D-G, right? E. It's got to be fudge. So finally we have an E. Let's see. This one here. Let's see. There's an L and an A and an E. So what could that be? It could be exalt. E-X-A-L-T, lower right. It could have been exalt. All right. Well, that's tough. That's tough. What else do we have here? B-U-L, and the L probably is there. It could be bulky or bully. Yeah, it can't be bully. It could be bulky. B-U-L-K-Y. Let's just guess. I feel good about it. All right, that's good because we needed that K as well. So we know it ends in UCK. This is, I think it's got to be Shuck. Shuck. Oop. Could have been Chuck. Chuck. Well, that's not good. It is what it is. We don't get them all. You don't win them all. These are hard. All right, you try these. All right, ends in ACH. Yeah, so this is going to be Roach. ROACH. Upper right. We'll get a couple more, but not all of them because we have 3 to guess, only 2 letters, 2 guesses to get three words that we haven't gotten. Let's see. ET and ends in Y. It could be not necessarily 2 T's because one, it could be their T. So it can't be like jetty. TE, and then what could it be? Can't be tipsy. Tep. Wait a minute. Could it be tipsy? T-I. No, because it has an I in it. And tipsy doesn't have an I in it. What about. Okay, this will be the easy one over here. We know where the A is. We know where the L. It starts with L. Has an E. Oh, yeah. Now we know it's least. At least that's the easy one, right? Yeah. Okay. And, okay, this one's going to be hard. Let's just do the easier one. Okay, right. Now we know there's an S. Oh, we knew that already. It doesn't start with the S and the R, though. And the O is down here. What is this going to be? The S is there. Could end in OR. Visor, VISOR, that fits. It was, but we didn't have enough guesses to get to piety down here. Piety. That would have been a hard one to get to. Piety. Even though I know the word and I use it in these 5-word games because it's got a lot of good letters in it. All right, well, that was the big brain games for today. Today, I'm going to move into the musical category and just dick around my guitar for a little while. Not a long time. I do want to get to work. And we are already an hour and 20 minutes into the show, so roughly like I got less than 40 minutes to dig around. Actually, I got to check. I might have to meet a special meeting today that must be attended at 1, in which case I might have to end early. Let me check. Actually, I'm going to check that. Certain meetings I can kind of skip. I don't think it's today, but let me double check that. Yeah, it's just a stand-up today, so I'm going to miss that. If it were the sprint retrospective, right? Yeah, tomorrow is the retrospective. So, yeah, I'm going to miss it. All right, no problems, no worries. Okay, I'm in the music category, right? I'm in the music category. No, I'm just chatting. I'm trying to get in the music category, please. Thank you. And, let's see. Right, I'm going to run my mid-roll, and I'm going to play some guitar on the other side. Oh, yeah, it's a different guitar. It's not the fancy, cheap one. It's, hey, I'll see on the other side. Hey, welcome back to the stream. Just roughly there. You can see my inset. You can see me. You can see my guitar. You hear? Yeah, you can probably hear it. I don't know what going on with YouTube though. If anybody's on YouTube and watching me, probably not, but let me know if there's any issue with the sound quality. Like, does it cut out? Toby Gal, I believe her when she says it's been cutting out. I just want to find out, confirm it with anyone else. My camera's working. It's crazy, huh? This one up here. I basically scared it into working. I bought a replacement camera for it and then it started working. All right, let's talk about the show a little bit. Just gonna play some music on this guitar, this here guitar. I got like 15-ish guitars. Let's talk about this one. This says, okay, you can barely see it. It says Epiphone at the top. It says, Les Paul Limited Edition Custom. It's got a long name. On the back of it is a signature. On the back of the headstock. You can't really see it now. There it is. Back of the headstock. See that little thing there? It's upside down. It says Lee Malia. You wouldn't be able to see it if it's right side up. It's under the finish there. It says Lee Malia Limited Edition Epiphone Custom Shop made in Indonesia. Whatever. But it also, what it doesn't say is Artisan, but this is this style of fretboard inlay is associated with the Artisan models of Les Paul made in the 70s, very high end, above the customs. And so in the 2014 or 2011, I don't know, it's 2014, they made a limited edition run in Indonesia of these Epiphone versions of the oldest, highest end model of the Les Paul Artisan, and they use the same inlay material, but this is perloid. It's not real, but it's still beautiful. It's an amazing guitar. When you buy these guitars, you can get them now. They don't make them, so they're kind of expensive because you got to buy them on the secondary market. Most of them, all of them are going to have a single coil pickup in this neck position. I didn't like the single coil pickup in the neck position, so I took it out. I unscrewed it and I cut it off with a pair of scissors and glued and soldered an inexpensive Chinese humbucker in there. So it's a million times better. So I've modified it. It's not a valuable guitar. It's one of my favorites though. Very dark tone, which I like. See what's going on. This is an original tune. I'm having a good time picking some songs out here. Just gonna do a little finger picking here. There's something in the way she moves. What was it there? Looks my way or calls my name. It seems to leave this troubled world behind. If I'm feeling this that way, it doesn't much matter what they mean. So she says that mostly just to calm me down. And I feel fine anytime she's around me now. She's around me now, almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell that she's been with me now. She's been with me now quite a long time, and I feel fine. Every now and then the things I lean on lose their meaning, and I find myself careening to the places where I should not let me go. She has the power to go where no one else can find me. It's sad to silently remind me the happiness, good times that I've known. Lord, it's there, I just got to go now. It isn't what she's got to say, or how she thinks, or where she's been. But she always seems to always makes me the lyrics. I think that you're the best that way. Repeat it. I'm not gonna say anymore. I could put the lyrics up for a while. Reflect the light more dramatic that way. The pickup cover. I don't know. I guess I'm bored. All right, let's switch this to do some karaoke. Why not? It's just this thing I do. What do I want to do here though? Let's pick up something. Sure. All right, switch over here for you. I can see why you think you can come to me. All right, there we go. Never try to make you think that you see one thing. Hold on a second here. It's a Diet Coke. Plus that not having the volume was tricking me up here. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. one thing for yourself. Now you're off with someone else and I'm alone. Yeah, I thought that I might keep you for my own. Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Don't you think that I was right for us tonight? All the things we thought were clever could be right in time, and you can't see which way we could turn together all alone. I can never see what's right or what is wrong. Don't take too long to see what you wanna do. I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Well, now, lady, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Now it comes to what you want to aggravate, and all things you thought before faded into gray, and can't you see? And I don't know if it's you or if it's me. If it's one of us, I'm sure we both will see. Won't you look at me and then see what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I just got down. Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Falling in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love with you. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Keep falling in and out of love with you. But American Psycho, we haven't done that one in a while. Or Psycho Killer, excuse me. Not American Psycho, that's a movie. Let's try this one. It's no capo. I can't seem to face up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep it again. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Oh, oh, oh. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. C'est soit là. C'est qu'elle a dit. C'est soit là. Real was my best word. Living on is my love. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are painted not blind. Hate people when they're not polite. A psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Oh, oh, oh. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, what else do we feel like doing today? I don't know, maybe nothing. Oops. No. It's just accidentally go to my actual live stream. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's also what I want to do. Pause. All right, let's see what we got here. Sure. Don't mind doing this song 80 million times. It's Capo 2. Give me a second. Okay, hold on a second. I'm definitely off my practice. All right, now I got it. You say we've got nothing in common. Common ground to start from, and we're falling apart. You say world has come between us. Lives have come between us. Still, I know you just don't care. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I think we both kinda liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing that we've done. I see you, the only one who knew me. Now your eyes see through me. Yes, I was wrong. So what what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I think we both kinda liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing that we've got. You'll say we've got nothing in common. Common ground to start from, and we're falling apart. You'll say the world has come between us, lives have come between us, and still I know you just don't care. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I think we both kinda liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing that we've got. Breakfast at Tiffany's. She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I think we both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing that we've got. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I think we both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's the one thing that we've got. I think that's going to be it. My voice is pretty much done. We're not going to do that one. That was too hard, if anything. I wanted to do... I like the song, but I want to do a specific REM song. Well, let's see. It's Strange Currencies. Karaoke version. Here we go. Alright. Let me get back here. We get the introduction, which is... I don't know why you're mean to me when I call on the telephone. And I don't know what you mean to me. I wanna turn you on, turn you up, figure you out. I wanna take you on. These words, you will be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Now a fool might be my middle name, but I'd be foolish not to say, gonna make whatever it takes, ring you up, call you down, sign your name, secret love, make it rhyme, take you in and make you mine. These words, you'll be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Ooh. I tripped and fell second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a word of signal and not a little breath, just to fool myself, to catch myself and make it real. These words, you'll be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Ooh, these words, you will be mine. These words, hunt me down, catching my throat, make me pray to say, love's divines. Ooh. I don't know why you're mean to me. When I call on the telephone, and I don't know what you mean to me. I wanna turn you up, wanna turn you on, I wanna take you home. These words, and they'll be mine. Anyway, I like that song. All right, that's it for the musical performances for the day. Let me bring that to here. But you know what? Much more. I got more juice in the tank. However, for a Monday show, it is what it is. There'll be a show. All things considered, knock on wood, God willing, on Wednesday. And it will be very much similar. Today, the good thing about today's show is I aimed for a certain level of mediocrity. And I believe I pretty much hit it. Again, if I'm very concerned about exceeding the mediocrity level and actually putting out a good show, because if I did that one time, I'd have to do that every time. And who wants to do that? I still have some Diet Coke left here, though, but not much. It's been sitting here for almost 2 hours, ice melting into it, fizziness wafting away into the breeze, carbon dioxide poisoning the planet. Still some good shit though, man. That's a good. What I want you all to do if you enjoyed today's show was immediately leave your home, take all the money out of your bank account. You're going to need it for the next step. Go to your local store that sells Diet Coke, meaning your local store, and purchase all the current inventory that they have Diet Coke. You might have to ask them to bring some out from the back. It's fine. They'll handle it. And tell them Catch Niner sent you. Because I'm trying to get a sponsorship, man. I want free Diet Coke. I want my free Diet Coke. I deserve free Diet Coke after 2 years of this pushing of the substance on you people. All right. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Bye, everybody. I wonder if Leah lets people rate her. I don't think so. But I can always try. Oh yeah, I can rate my good friend Leah Ayame, who's VTubing and playing League of Legends or something. I don't know. It is what it is. But one of my favorite people in the world, so I'm gonna rate her. All right. I won't hear anything about it. See you next time. I should do my ending thing here.